What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video, and today we gonna get into this mommy and me dress that I made. This video is gonna be about my dress. I'm gonna do a separate video for my baby dress, and let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so the fabric I used was a 4-way stretch fabric, and I went into Joann's and got it. I loved it. Like, it was perfect. The pink had like this rainbow that I love so much. So the first thing I'm doing is I already have my measurements, so I'm using my pattern that I ordered from Karen Gwen Custom, and since my waist is 32, I'm going to divide that by 4, and this is how I'm getting where to put the line. So I'm dividing each measurement by 4 so that I can mark it where I'm going to basically cut it on the paper that I'm going to use before cutting it on my fabric. And I'm also doing how wide I want my shoulders, so I'm measuring that as well to get a good, idea as to how thick I want that part. Okay, so now I'm lining it up on my brown paper, and I'm just going to trace it out. I first used like something to press on it so I could kind of see how I'm going to do the lines. So yeah, so we just do that, cut out the whole back piece. Fold your fabric in half and then place your cutout on top of it. Now, this is the back piece, y'all. So we just going to cut right around it. I'm going to leave a little bit of seam allowance around the top part, but I'm not really going to cut any at all because this is a 4-way stretch, so I don't have to add a lot of seam allowance because it's going to stretch anyway. So I just cut that piece out, and before I pull it apart, I cut a line straight down the middle because this is the back and we need a place for our zipper. Okay, now let's get into the front part. This is going to be the skirt. So, of course, we already have the measurement cut out. So, we just need to cut out the skirt. So, I kind of pull it up so that way I have it. And it looked a little weird, y'all, but just hang in there with me. We're going to get it together. So cut around that. Remember, no seam allowance. Try to get that fabric as straight as possible. And then I opened it up and it looked, a little weird. The bottom part is skinnier, which is where my knees would go. So I just wanted to measure that to make sure that it was close to measurements because I've been struggling with the measurements, y'all. I've been doing pretty good, but, I'm still learning to do that. And now we're going to do the front top piece. So I fold my illusion mesh in half, and I do have another video and all of that about where I got this stuff from. You guys can check that out. It was my first prom dress. And with the top parts of this, I'm not going to do any seam allowance. I might do a little around the sides because I do, have to sew that onto the back part. So this is the top piece, and that's the basic piece. Now that we have everything cut out, the first thing we're going to do is start working on the back of the dress. And right now, I'm up by the arm parts, and I'm just folding it a little bit in so that I can sew it down and give it a little bit more structure and foundation. And again, if this part is going too fast for you guys, I have a detailed video on how I did this part on my first prom dress YouTube video. I'm going to link that down below. And here I'm just changing my bobbin thread and the thread on top to pink so that it can match the dress and it can look pretty decent. So this is how I look after I sew that part on, and now we're going to install this zipper. So I've learned with making or installing zippers that it is good to have like a ribbon on the back of it that don't stretch, because my first dress, the zipper was kind of wavy, and although it still looked good, I didn't really like that. So I knew to use a non-stretch fabric or ribbon on the bottom of this. So as you guys can see, I am positioning the zipper exactly where I want it. I have that gold ribbon in the back that doesn't stretch so that, we don't get that wavy look. And I'm just going to pin it down all the way to where I want the zipper to stop. And also, you guys, I do have a more detailed video on how I install zippers also in the first prom dress video, which will be linked down below. And you do have to change your pressing foot to like a zipper one. Your sewing machine should come with like a extra presser. I didn't know what the fuck it was, okay, when I seen it. But as I started researching and learning a little bit more about sewing, I started to understand, you know, that presser foot definitely needs to be changed when installing zippers. So look at how good this look, y'all. You don't see any waves or anything like that. It's perfect. I'm going to also do like a top stitch down there. Down there so that, you know, it'll look more decent. But before doing that, I want to make sure that the zipper is on properly. So I'm just throwing the other piece on top of it. And again, positioning that zipper so that we can pin it up and get ready to sew it down. Okay, so as y'all can see, I pinned it all the way down to where I want the zipper to stop, and then I just pinned the dress down. Then I took it to the sewing machine and just sewed it straight down using a zigzag stitch. No, using a straight stitch. So now that that's done, let's get into this front part. We gonna pair the top and bottom together and just do a straight stitch right across there. After you do that, it should look like this. And you know we have, you know, that little part coming up right there, but we're going to do a straight stitch on the front so that that part is sewed down and that it looks more professional. So I took it to the sewing machine. Afterwards, this is how it looked. Now, as y'all can see, it looks a lot cleaner. It's sewed down in the back, and we're going to use that technique on a few different parts of the dress. All right, now add the front piece to the back piece. We're going to pin it. With my dress, I've seen that the mesh was a little wider than, I guess, the back part where the zipper was. I guess because of the zipper, you know, my measurements was a little bit off. But it's okay. I just cut it off, you know, made it to size, and it still looked good when I put it on. So this is the back and front piece sewed together. As you guys can see here, we have that flap again. So we're going to use that same technique that we used to sew the top to the bottom. After top stitching the zipper, this is the final look. And now we need to cut out the applique or designs, whatever you want to call it. I just cut that out and I put it on my mannequin so that I can see exactly where I want it. I didn't really know what I was doing right here, but I did, you know, just want to have an idea as to where I was going. So I had to cut it up a little, you know, and I wanted to show you guys the back of the zipper to see how good that looks. And y'all can see the rainbow and the pink as well. I loved it so much. I do not recommend that. I don't even know why I put that in there. Okay, so again, we're just positioning the applique or the designs where we want them. You know, if you need to cut a little, cut a little. And, you know, I was just playing with it. Y'all, I was having a hard time positioning the gold stuff and making it stay. So I don't know why I tried this. I burnt myself so many times. So I tried to like cover myself up and put it on like that. It didn't work. So I tried to do it on the box and glue it down. And, you know, it kept sticking to the box. So I had to keep pulling it back up. But I'm just glad that I got it done. It was a little difficult. I need to find a better way to do this. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. But it came out pretty decent. I liked it. You know, I wanted to do the measurements because the bottom looked a little small. And I knew, you know, it was going to be a little tight around the knees. So what I did, I wanted to add something extra to the dress because I felt like it was missing something. So I just cut a little piece of mesh and, you know, another piece of fabric. And what I did is attach it to the bottom of the dress so it can have like a little see-through moment and still have that, you know, that bold signature look at the bottom. So again, ran it through the machine, and again I used that technique to, you know, cover that and make it look better, the top stitch. This is kind of what I'm going for, so I'm just gonna cut it to size and sew that on, you know, the same way you would sew a mini train, I guess. This is the finished look, and y'all can see like how skinny the bottom looked. Like, I got to do that better next time. It was kind of tight around my knees and thighs, but it looks so cute, y'all. It gave my body like a little shape, and this, me and my baby just trying it on. Again, this is the final look, and I also have a separate video on how I made her dress. I'm going to try to link that below as well, but it may not be up here as soon as I drop this video. But yes, y'all, I loved it. We got so many compliments. I'm talking about from people of all races. They love our look. It came out so cute, and I cannot wait to do more Mommy and Me outfit ideas and share it with you guys, of course. If you like this video or learn something new, please like, subscribe, comment, give me any advice, tips, whatever you need to do. And I hope you guys learn something new and enjoy the video. Mwah.